Hi guys, in this video we are going to look at the stopping distance. What do I mean by the stopping distance? The stopping distance is the total distance traveled by car from the moment that the driver sees an obstruction to the moment that the car stops. We can actually divide the stopping distance into two parts. The first part is called the reaction distance and the second part is called the braking distance. What do I mean by the reaction distance? The reaction distance is the distance traveled during the reaction time. The reaction time is actually the time taken for the driver from the moment that he sees the obstruction to the moment that he applies the brake. He presses the brake. So that time is called the reaction time. Usually, the reaction time is something between 0.2 to 0.9 seconds. But the reaction time can be affected by actually different factors. For example, if the driver is tired or drunk or on drugs or using some certain of medicines, the reaction time might be longer. And the longer the reaction time, the greater the possibility of having an accident. So what is very important for a driver is to have the shortest reaction time. So that means that to react to what they see as quickly as possible. And let's talk about the braking distance. So this moment here is the moment that the driver actually applies the brake and the car is decelerating, and this distance traveled by the car is called the braking distance. And if we add them together, we can get the stopping distance. Now I am going to use a simulator so you can understand this much better. Right, let's see what do we have here. Here we have a car. I can change the speed of the car, and I can choose so the condition of the road can be different. For example, the road is dry, wet or icy. They are important. Why? Because, for example, if the road is wet or icy, that means that there is less friction between the wheels and the road, and that will increase the braking distance. And here I can choose different types of tires. The condition of the tire is important. Why? Because if the car has worn tires, then there is less friction between tire and the road, and again the braking distance will be greater. And what else? Here we have different types of vehicle, and the mass of the car and the initial velocity are also very important. And here you can read the reaction distance, the braking distance, and the stopping distance, which is the add up, the sum of these two distances. So let me start here. So for 40 kilometers per hour is the speed of the car. And if I click on a start test, here first you will see a green sign, and after that, that turns to red. So as soon as I see red here, I need to press brake. So the time it taken from the moment that I see the red sign here to the moment that I press brake, this is my reaction time. And then during that time, the car is traveling, so I have the reaction distance. And after that, as soon as I press brake, the car decelerates, and then we have braking distance. So let's do that. Here we are. Oh, that was fast. Let's do that one more time. Okay. Right. So the reaction distance was 3 meters. The velocity was 40 kilometers per hour. So I'm going to calculate my reaction time. Look at that. First of all, 40 kilometers per hour divided by 3.6 is 11 let's say just 11 meters per second. So 11 meters per second was my initial velocity, right? And the distance is 3 meters. So let me write down here. Right. So time, I don't know, I'm going to work it out. The distance, based on the simulator, the distance is 3 meters. And then the initial velocity was 11 meters per second. So I can use this triangle like this. So S, B, and T. So T, if I put my hand here, on T is S divided by V. So 3 divided by 11 is 0. That was pretty